Hello, friends. Welcome back to the JJ's Declutter podcast. I'm Julie.
And I'm Janis. And today is the final episode of our 5-part series, Closet Chaos to Closet Confidence. And we have saved something really important for last.
Because here's everything we've done in this series. The mindset work in episode 12. The great closet purge in episode 13. Building a closet you love in episode 15. The systems and habits in episode 16. All of it is incredibly valuable. But if you don't address this last piece, you will be doing all of that work again in 2 years, possibly sooner.
Because the closet monster doesn't grow from what's already in your closet. It grows from what you keep bringing into it. And today we're talking about shopping. The impulse buys, the sale trap, the emotional shopping, the online cart that somehow always has 17 things in it, the vacation purchases, the duplicates, and the very human tendency to solve a wardrobe problem by buying more stuff instead of working with what you already have.
Now, this is not a shame episode at all. We are not here to tell you that shopping is bad or that you should never buy clothes again. We love clothes. We just want you to buy them with intention instead of impulse. And there is a genuinely big difference between those two things. So let's talk about it.
Why we keep buying clothes we don't need. Before we talk about solutions, let's talk about why this happens in the first place. Because it's not stupidity, and it's not weakness, and it's not a character flaw. The clothing industry, including online retail and social media, is extraordinarily good at creating the conditions for impulse purchases. Understanding the mechanisms helps you see them coming.
And biggest one is the sale. Nothing triggers a purchase faster than the feeling that you're saving money. 50% off, limited time only. And so you buy something you wouldn't have bought at full price, which means you didn't actually need it, which means you didn't save 50%. You spent 100% on something you didn't need. The money you saved is money you spent.
I like the one where it says free shipping with a purchase of X number of dollars. Anyway,
Right.
The second mechanism is emotional shopping. And this one is worth sitting with for a moment because it's one of the most common and least talked about reasons for clothing accumulation. Boredom shopping, stress shopping, celebration shopping, sadness shopping, shopping as a reward, as a comfort, as a distraction, as entertainment. The clothes aren't really the point in emotional shopping. The feeling of acquisition is the point, that feeling of, ooh, yay, I'm getting something new. And that feeling is real. And unfortunately, it's temporary. And it leaves you with a closet full of things bought in emotional states that don't serve your actual life.
Are the purchases you made when you were on vacation or traveling? Something about being somewhere new makes us want to buy things we would never buy at home. The souvenir shirt, that local boutique find, the item that felt so right in that beautiful little shop on that wonderful trip and has never felt the same since. Travel purchases are some of the most lovingly acquired and least worn items in most people's closets.
Fourth is the duplicate problem. And this one is sneaky because it looks like a preference rather than a problem. If you open your closet and find 8 black t-shirts, 12 pairs of jeans, or more cardigans than weeks in the year, you might be buying the same type of thing over and over because you genuinely love it, or because you keep forgetting you already own it because the closet's too full to see what's in there.
Is online shopping, which has genuinely changed the relationship between impulse and purchase in a way that nothing else has. When buying something requires driving to a store, finding the item, waiting in line, and handing over physical money, there are multiple natural pause points built into that process. When buying something requires 3 taps on a phone, there are none of those. The friction is gone. And friction, it turns out, is actually useful.
All right, so what do we do about all this? We have three questions we want you to ask before buying any clothing item. And we mean any, whether it's a designer piece or a clearance rack find, whether you're in a store or clicking just add to cart at midnight.
Question one. Do I already own something similar? Not identical, but similar? Could you meet the same need with something that's already in your closet? If the answer is yes, put it back. Close the tab. This is where that monthly closet scan, the one we taught you in episode 16, really pays off. When you know what you own, you stop buying duplicates of it.
Question two, can I wear this with at least three other things that I own? Not things I might buy, not things I used to own. Three things currently in my closet. If you can't picture three specific outfits with what you already have, the item probably isn't as versatile as it feels in the store or looks on the website. And an item that only works with things you don't own is an item that's going to sit in your closet unworn while you wait for the perfect companion pieces that never quite arrive.
Question three. Would I buy this at full price today? If the only reason you're buying it is because it's on sale, or because the website is showing a countdown timer, or because free shipping expires at midnight, put it back. A genuine need doesn't evaporate when the sale ends. If you'd walk away at full price, you probably don't actually need it at any price.
Three questions. Do I already own something similar? Can I wear it with at least three things I already own? Would I buy it at full price? Make these a habit and watch how much your purchasing slows down. Not because you're depriving yourself, but because you're actually thinking about whether the thing serves you before you bring it into your home.
One of the most effective tools for reducing impulse clothing purchases is the waiting period. And it's almost embarrassingly simple. Before buying anything that wasn't a planned purchase, you wait 24 hours minimum for lower priced items, a week for anything significant.
What you'll find is that a very large percentage of things you wanted to buy feel significantly less urgent after 24 hours. That's not you losing enthusiasm for something genuinely good. That's the impulse fading. If you still want it a week later, it's probably not an impulse purchase. If you've forgotten about it entirely, you'll have your answer.
As for online shopping specifically, leave things in the cart. Don't buy immediately. Come back in 24 hours and look at the cart with fresh eyes. You will regularly find things in there that you genuinely cannot remember why you added, and you will leave them right in the cart where they belong.
Now, we want to shift from what not to do to what intentional shopping actually looks like. Because we're not anti shopping, we're anti unconscious shopping. And that's not shopping while you're asleep. And there's a real difference.
Or drunk. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Intentional shopping starts before you open a browser or walk into a store. It starts with knowing what you actually need. Specific gaps in your wardrobe, items that need replacing because they've genuinely worn out, pieces that would make several things you already own more wearable. A list, an actual list.
Shopping from a list is a completely different experience from browsing. When you have a list, you're looking for something specific and evaluating whether items meet that specific need. When you're browsing, you're looking for something to want, and the retail environment is very well designed to help you find it.
Intentional shopping also means knowing your own style well enough to recognize when something is genuinely you versus when something just looks good on the hanger or on a model who is not you. Living a life that is not yours. This is something that gets easier the more that you know your own wardrobe. And the work you did in episode 15, understanding what you actually wear, what works for your life, and what makes you feel good, that work pays dividends here.
And intentional shopping means being honest about fit. Not if it's fine, not it would fit if I size up in one spot, not I'll get it tailored. Does it fit well right now as it is on my body as it currently is? Because clothes that don't quite fit are clothes you won't quite wear. And the clothes you won't quite wear are the raw materials for future closet clutter. Read reviews, do your research before you purchase stuff.
So, one of the things that I discovered about myself when I was traveling. So, I'm going to talk about traveling and vacation here. I went with my sister and we went to England, and it was this amazing trip. And I bought some things, didn't try them on, all that. And I love them. But one of those pieces that I did not try on when I got home and then I put it on, it's like sewn funky. So it's going to have to be tailored if I'm going to wear it. And it is still sitting, which I think today maybe I'll go put it in the donation bag. It is still sitting in a, gee, I should fix this box. So
So,
knowing what will fit you and what works with you, oh, pay attention.
so this is a personal story, and it just happened yesterday, actually. I was online looking at travel things, and all of a sudden, these vests pop up that say, you won't need to carry a purse, you won't do this, but they're really expensive. So I was looking online and I saw something that I thought, maybe this would work instead. I don't need 21 pockets. So I bought it in two sizes. It came, tried the larger size on, looked in the mirror, said, you know what? This isn't me. This style is not me. So I packed it up and I immediately returned them both to Amazon. So they're in and out. But I've decided not to put an Amazon app on my new phone because that's going to make me wait before I purchase something. It's going to make me be very intentional about things I buy because it gives me time to research things, not just on Amazon, but independently, like on Reddit or wherever else you ask for reviews. I always do that now for practically anything because number one, I want to make sure I'm getting the best price, and you have to include shipping in it. And I want to make sure that other people found that they liked it or things that they didn't like before I make that purchase because that's one less thing that I either have to return or just ends up sitting in my house being cluttered.
All right, before we give you your final challenge, we want to take a moment to look at how far you've come in this series because it's genuinely significant.
In episode 12, you learned why clothing decluttering is so emotionally loaded, and you started practicing honest questions without any pressure to act on them yet. That was the foundation.
In episode 13, you actually did the work. You purged, you sorted, you made decisions about things that had been hanging in your closet unchosen for years. That took real courage and real effort.
In episode 15, you went beyond decluttering and started building a wardrobe that reflects your actual life, your actual body, your actual style. Not aspirational, not historical, actual, who you are today.
Episode 16, you put systems in place to keep it that way. So the laundry routine, the chair solution, the seasonal rotation, the habits that prevent that slow creep of clutter from undoing all your work.
And today, in episode 17, you're addressing the source, not just managing what comes into your closet, but really considering what you invite in and why. That's the level of intentionality that most people never get to, and you've got there.
Whatever your closet looks like right now compared to where you started, whether you've done every challenge or just listened along and let the ideas percolate, you have shifted something, and that matters.
Your final challenge for this series is a simple pledge. Before buying any clothing item in the next 30 days, ask the three questions. Do I already own something similar? Can I wear it with at least 3 things I already own? Would I buy it at full price?
That's it. Not a ban on shopping, not a strict budget, not a complicated tracking system. Just 3 questions every time for 30 days. And notice what happens. Notice how many purchases you reconsider. Notice whether your closet feels different when what you bring into it has been genuinely thought out.
And if you want to go a step further, share your experience with us on our Facebook community, ABC Declutter with JJ Community. Tell us about a purchase you decided against after asking the 3 questions. Tell us about something you bought intentionally and loved. We want to hear all of it.
We do. So that's it for Closet Chaos to Closet Confidence. 5 episodes, 5 different angles on the same goal: a wardrobe that works for your actual life and a closet that supports you instead of stressing you out every morning.
The mindset, the purge, the build, the systems, and the prevention, the whole journey. And now you have tools for all of it.
We are so grateful that you joined us for this series, and we would love to know, what was the biggest takeaway for you? Which episode hit hardest? Which challenge was the most surprisingly useful? Drop it in the comments, send us a message, share it in the community. Your experience helps other declutterers find their way through this work too.
And if you want ongoing support, if you want to keep doing this work with us and a whole community of people who completely get it, our Clutter Crushers Club is where that happens. Live 90-minute Zoom sessions starting on the first Tuesday of each month, then Wednesday, then Tuesday, then Wednesday, all at 4 p.m. Pacific. A minimum of 6 hours every month of dedicated decluttering time together. You can find all the details at abcdeclutter.com.
If you've loved this series and found it helpful, please take 60 seconds and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It genuinely helps other people who are drowning in closet chaos find us when they need us. We read every single review, and they mean more than we can say. So until next time, keep it simple.
Keep it intentional. And as always, keep decluttering.
Thank you for being here for the whole series. We'll see you next time.
Happy decluttering, everyone.